Why don't we give them something to read?
Hi, I'm Jade,
I'm Annabelle.
and welcome to our show. Today, we're diving into The Invisible Hour by Alice Hoffman. If you're wondering whether this is worth your time, here's the vibe. A runaway teen discovers family secrets, unexpected romance, and a magical connection spanning centuries. Let's get into this. Judge this book. What made you pick this up and read?
I have a very simple answer. Jade chose it. I would
Yeah.
have never, based on the cover, chosen it.
Yeah, I loved the red hair and the golden field of wheat. And I know Alice Hoffman, right? Practical magic. So I was like, oh, it's got to be magical. I mean, come on. Hello here. So it made me think it would have witchy vibes, maybe a period piece looking at it. I loved the cover. I can't believe you didn't like the cover. You're
Well,
like,
it's not
ugh.
that I didn't like it. It looked too, comparing it to like the House of Spirits, the show. That's the vibe I had. It was going to be like that type of book.
That's fair. That's fair. Did the pacing work for you, or did parts feel slower or faster than expected?
I thought it was very good pacing. It flowed well. It wasn't too fast. It wasn't too slow. And even though it was short, such a short book, it's like 250 something pages. I didn't feel like they had to rush anything.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my.
I
I
didn't.
don't want to know what you're going to say.
We'll just get it out of the way now. I DNF'd this book at 51%. Why? Because it takes such a right turn that I should sue for whiplash. So with that, the beginning was amazingly paced. Not fast, but not slow. But I cannot quote anything else after the first half because this is a 2-part book, bitches. And part 1 and part 2 are 2 different stories.
Wrong.
Correct.
Did you read the end?
Of course I read the end.
Let's continue. I'm furious.
Were you expecting time travel elements?
No, I was not because, again, you chose it.
No, and I cannot express my dissatisfaction about it either. I'm furious. Did the story feel more like a historical fiction, magical realism, romance, or coming of age to you?
To me, it felt like a coming of age for the first half, and then it was more about growth and life lessons.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I said coming of age. I think the problem with this book is that it's trying to be all those things all at the exact same time. So the first part of the book, yes, coming of age. The second part
You didn't read it.
looked like it was going to be more magical realism / romance. And that should have enticed me, right? I mean, I love romance. I love magical
That should have
realism.
hooked you. I have a very I loved a quote in there that was when people fell in love with stories and found themselves rescued by the pages of a novel. Very important quote to this book.
Oh, for sure. This book felt almost like a love letter to readers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Ivy.
I'm sitting here
She's just
so flabbergasted, honestly.
Let's talk about Ivy and Mia. Thoughts on them as individuals and as a mother-daughter duo.
As a mother-daughter duo, I thought Ivy did the best she could in the circumstances she created,
Yeah, she
all
did.
on her own. I mean, granted, there was a dumb sperm donor involved, and that's all he was. But everything else that happened, she put herself in a situation, and then again under a man. So I thought Ivy and Mia had a great relationship within the constructs of this place they were in, which was a cult. And then separating them, Mia was a much stronger character, much stronger. She had the strength that her mother lacked, because her mother stayed in this situation until she died. And Mia, although also being, and also a mother who allows their daughter to be branded when she does something wrong, to be put in a place with no food or water and in like a closet or whatever. Like, I mean, I really did not care for Ivy, but she did the best she could.
Yeah, let's start with Ivy for me. Everyone knows I love a mother. And Ivy gives to me strong mom vibes. Apparently not to you.
Yeah, strong. She let everything happen to her daughter and didn't leave the man who hurt them.
I don't know what you're talking about. She stood up for Mia, remember she had all those books and she was like, they're mine, even though obviously Joel knew it wasn't her and shaved her head and branded her, not her daughter. And
That
she
was one
stuck
incident.
close to her as much as she could. She tried to get her out of that cellar. Anyways, she also gave weak woman vibes.
Thank you.
I think for the time and the situation of her running away was understandable because this was not like in our time. This was not set in our time. This was set, it never says, but if I had to guess, in the early 70s.
Oh, I think it was even earlier than that.
You think even earlier than that?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but maybe. But so I understand her running away was understandable, but why she didn't go to Helen, who was like
A mother to her.
a mother to her. Yeah, she was like the housemaid slash governess,
Yes.
essentially, because Ivy came from a very prestigious family, had a lot of money.
Mhm.
And Helen had already said, hey, if you ever need anything, come to me. I think she even gave her a house key because that
Yep.
was one of the parts in this book that were like mirrored to each other.
Mhm.
Helen gave her a house key to come to her. And why she never went is beyond me. Just that confused the hell out of me. So Ivy was a complicated character for me. Mia, on the other hand, what a great coming of age character.
Mhm.
She's stuck in making her own, like stuck in the making of her own mother's world, right? Because, like you
Right.
said, it was all Ivy's fault. They were where they were.
Right.
But I love how the entire book she knew she had to be the hero of her own story
Mhm.
because no one else would be that for her. She honestly, it's crazy because like Mia was the way she was because of Ivy
Right.
with her love of reading. Like Ivy could have really tacked down, not loved her like she loved her because, all the children in that cult was supposed to be everyone's child.
Everyone's child,
You
yeah.
were not supposed to favor anyone. But Ivy, because she was married to the cult leader, had lots of sway of how she did things.
Mhm.
And they spent a lot of time in secret together. And, so I think she was not the greatest mother. A great mother would have left with her daughter when her daughter's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I think, she was a good mother and she was just doing what
And
she
if
could
it
do
wasn't
best.
for her,
Yeah.
Mia would have never set foot in a library.
Oh, for sure. Exactly. And I really liked that Mia, because she went to the library, connected with the librarian there, Sarah. And Sarah gave her the same means that Helen gave Ivy,
Mhm.
but Mia took Sarah's
Yes.
help instead of like running away again to
Mhm.
who knows where. And I really loved that. But unfortunately, we don't really see them together due to the cult's rules. But
Mhm.
I love how, like I said from the start, Ivy shows us that she wouldn't strictly follow them and that her daughter was Mia. Like it did not matter. She wrote that letter and sent it off to Helen saying, hey, if she ever comes, because she in her mind probably knew that Mia would one day leave.
Yeah.
And she was like, give this to Mia because, I think she'll escape at some point. But I wish Ivy just would have had the strength to leave with Mia. But was she scared of Joel? Maybe. That was his name, right? I can't remember now.
Yeah. God, he was a
Dick.
ugh.
God.
Any cult leader, I don't know how they get you. They're just
I
so
don't
gross.
either. But that's a normal thing in cults. Like
Yeah.
they create their own codependency
Mhm.
issues. And that's why they can't escape, even if they want to. They just don't know
I
how
think
they
there's
ever
a
could.
point, yeah. They're made to feel they're
And
stripped of everything,
yeah,
but
and she was what,
yeah.
17? Mia
She
was
was young,
17. So
yeah.
that means that they'd have been there for 17 years. I could see how that could be hard
Yeah.
to like, and like Ivy didn't graduate high school.
No.
She was a baby herself having a baby and she ran away from home because her parents were going to send her off to,
But also Ivy immediately knew that it wasn't a good situation. She knew it
yeah,
so quick and she still didn't leave? I don't know.
because she probably thought, where am I going to go?
Yeah. Well,
Especially
yeah,
in those
which
times.
then leads to the
Oh, just, it's terrible.
next question.
Yeah. Ivy's parents, what would you have done in their shoes?
So basically when Ivy comes to her parents or her dad tells him she got pregnant and that the boy was like, "Screw you, I'm going to Harvard later."
Mm-hmm.
He's the dad's initial reaction is to slap her, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and I get, of course, what will it do to your mother and all that. So Ivy in that moment leaves. Like she doesn't think she has an option.
Mm-hmm.
So I fortunately, had a different with my father. It was just happiness and joy and, also me, I wasn't married, at the time I had my first child, and having a dad that supported me made a huge difference.
Mm, oh, I'm
And
sure.
and so I think so I know what I would do. So
Yeah.
as a parent myself, what I would have done was said, "Hey, I'm here for you. Let me help you." Because even if we're talking about a time when it wasn't appropriate, common, whatever, an embarrassment to the family name,
Yeah.
there were other options. You
Yes.
people sent their daughters to homes to have their babies, and
Well,
then they
because
came
that's
back.
that's what they were gonna do to her, and then they were gonna adopt the baby out, but Ivy didn't
Yeah,
want that.
she was being forced to give the baby up,
Yep,
which I
exactly.
would
I would
never
never
do
force.
to my child. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I would have never sent my kid to a place that hides them away and then
Mhm.
adopts out the children. That is
Yeah.
your grandbaby.
Yeah, that's insane to me. And you know what? I think until the baby is there, grandparent, somebody who doesn't want to be a grandparent may not realize is that that's part of your child.
Yes, exactly.
So it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how especially in those times, like, how you would have played it off, but, we read Ember Eternal
Mhm.
or not Ember Eternal, what was the one that we read?
Lady Tremaine?
Yes, Lady Tremaine, and the mom had the baby. I might even play that off. I've seen that plenty of times in books and movies, and then later they go, "I'm not your sister, I'm your mother."
Yes, yes. And that happens in real life.
And it does happen in real life, so I probably if depending on what time it was, if it's this time, nobody cares nowadays. Literally, children, baby little 14, 15, 16-year-old babies are like, "I wanna have a baby right now. I wanna be a young mom, a cool mom." And I'm like, "Ugh, God." Like, it's totally supported nowadays, but back then,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see where it would not have been, and you might have had to come up with creative
Also,
alternatives.
I also, especially back then, but it still to this day stands true. People don't talk about sex education at all. There's
No.
like a stigma to it. If you don't teach your kids how to protect themselves, how to take care of themselves, somebody else is going to show them, and they're not going to show them the right way. So,
No.
I do agree with it being taught in schools to a certain extent.
Oh, for sure.
Just at least biologically,
Mhm.
because even as parents, we are more emotional and we want to think of other things. So I think it's a failure, at that time of society as well, because why does the boy get to go off and live his life?
Yeah, like, she doesn't even like, in the sense, flinch about it. Like, she coulda gone to his parents,
She could have.
told and she chose not to do
Yep.
any of that. Like, there is a quote in the book that she makes, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah." Where she's like, "This is my child." Like, no one
Yes.
else like, he's not even a blimp in her mind
Yeah.
anymore as being
Honestly,
part of her.
what's he was there for the sperm, and if he was gonna financially support the baby, great. She would have been fine.
Yep, exactly. But yeah. So was Ivy right to leave everything behind the way she did?
I think it was a normal reaction of a young unmarried pregnant girl who was slapped in the face by her father, and
Yeah.
in that time. So I don't think it's right or wrong. I think it's a reaction that happened for somebody who was young and didn't feel she had options.
Yeah, I put yes and I hate it. But
Yeah.
say she went to Helen, there may have still been a chance that her father would have known and then just claimed Helen kidnapped Ivy and she would have still probably ended up with losing her baby.
I think that because the dad never stopped looking for her. He just
No.
didn't tell the mom because the mom just,
But he wouldn't have accepted that baby still. He never stopped looking for her, but he
oh,
would have still never accepted that baby.
we'll never know
That's
because
yeah,
he died.
exactly. Well, yeah, so to me, yeah, I mean, her only choice was running fully away,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Did Now let's move on to the part that I have no comment on.
Okay. I'm so excited.
Did Nathaniel and Mia's relationship feel romantic, tragic, or ethically messy?
Okay. So, important to point out, Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter is about a Puritan woman who has an affair with a priest, and the priest knows that she's pregnant with his child. He has a lot of guilt. Her husband, of course, punishes her, so she has to wear the scarlet A. So
In this cult, they also have to
yes,
play by that same fucking rule of
yep,
wearing not necessarily a scarlet letter. It was a banner letter
yeah, but
of
they
whatever
also got them
branded.
branded like cattle. So So those go together. It was her favorite book. It was Mia's favorite book. She stole the original from the library because she started to go there. She kept the book, but it was a book she leaned on. And so she had this imaginary love for Nathaniel Hawthorne, the author. And she was able to, in her little travels, go to the places that he lived in, grew up in.
She spent a lot of time at his gravesite.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she would sit and read, she would lay there, she spent a lot of time there, so she already developed this bond with this author because it's the Scarlet Letter and this story go hand in hand. So, what happens is unclear, okay, but she ends up in Nathaniel Hawthorne's time. She's at his grave, or I think she was at his grave when he appears, and he sees her, she sees him, they're like, "What?" They end up spending time together, and she realizes that this is Nathaniel Hawthorne, I've gone back in time. So, when we talk about their relationship, it was very romantic because he saves her, number 1, from the life that she was living. So, in the real world, she's saved by Sarah and
Constance.
Constance. But mentally, emotionally, and all those other traumas that she has to heal due to this cult, he saves. And then she's his muse, and that's how he writes his story because she tells him about her life. So when he writes the Scarlet Letter, he was in a funk. He couldn't write. He suffered from bouts of depression. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff going on at the time that he meets her. So to me, this was kind of like if you watch Outlander, the way that they ended the series, you're looking at it as this full circle. What happened first, really? It's just a circle that's gonna keep going, and that's kinda how this story is. Did he because he wrote the book, she falls in love with him and ends up with him? Or because she somehow ends up in his time, he wrote the book? Like, there's no knowing where it starts and where it begins. And in the library, when she went in there, she did find, the first version of the book, which is the one she stole, and in it, it said, "To Mia, if it was a dream, it was ours alone, and you were mine."
Yeah, she thought that was her
Her
mother.
mom.
Mhm.
So and, again, why else would you think anything else? Like,
Yeah.
so I also was like, "Oh, it's her mom," but no, it was him, and I think what they gave each other was what was needed for him to move on to write the book.
Now let's talk a little bit about Nathaniel Hawthorne. Did he feel, believable as a character inside this story?
I basically just I love this part of the story. It was important because he wrote the Scarlet Letter about Ivy and Mia after learning her story. This is basically what it
Come
was.
on, the author being the love interest of a non-fictional character was so idiotic, I still can't get over it.
Because you don't care about romance.
I love romance. It didn't feel believable. It felt icky, and messy and weird. I did not like it at all.
You didn't read it.
Um, I glazed through it. Okay, thank you very much, and I read the ending.
Please through it.
Maybe it's because I haven't read The Scarlet Letter or seen the movie. It holds
Oh,
0 interest to me, and I can tell you right now, if it's anything like this book, I will still never read nor watch it because yuck.
well, it's not like this book.
Thank God. This book was trash.
It's basically like the part of the book that you liked,
Maybe I
if
will
you
watch it
must
then.
know.
Sarah and Constance, necessary or unnecessary side characters?
Oh, 100% necessary. They're the ones who helped Mia get away from the cult,
Yeah.
and they gave her a happy home life and a chance to grow.
Yeah, I think Sarah gave Mia the means to leave, and then Constance gave Mia the heart to
Mhm.
love and live again, for sure. Because, Sarah wasn't always there. They were 2 women in a time period that would not have been acceptable to love another woman.
Yeah.
So they lived in separate lives, but, like, they were still together,
Mhm.
and they met up when they could. And so we didn't see Sarah a lot in the beginning, being there with Mia and Constance. It was
Right.
just Mia and Constance for a while until Joel came and started threatening Sarah, and Sarah was like, "You know what? Fuck this. Now's the perfect time to go live out my life with the woman that I love."
Yeah.
So I didn't really you needed both of them, but I didn't connect with Sarah as much as I connected with Constance. Who had the saddest storyline in your opinion?
Ivy. She was left pregnant by a selfish boy, abused and made to give up control of her child by a cult leader, death, and she never gets to see her daughter survive and thrive.
I said Constance's death. 'Cause when Ivy died, it was a quick accident, and Mia didn't really have that connection that she should or could have had with her mother because of the cults. Like, they had a little bit, but, like, it was Constance who was like a second mother. She opened up her home, her heart, and then Constance becomes terminally sick,
Mhm.
and Mia breaks down and cries. Like, I don't bel yeah, she breaks down and cries, and Mia was there for her the entire time and watched it happen, which she
That's
wasn't
still
allowed to do with Ivy, right? Because Ivy died in a terrible car accident rolling over her. Mia wasn't even there to see it. She was obviously distraught because that's her mother, the only person who understood her in this terrible place.
Mhm.
But, like, to watch Constance, who was always there, being there by her side to watch her, I can't imagine. And then to be allowed to grieve it, like, she wasn't allowed to grieve her mother's death.
Mhm.
They were like, "Move on.
Yeah.
Get over it." But, like, Constance's death really affected her, and that's how she ended up in the graveyard next to Hawthorne's gravesite, because that was her safe space.
Yeah. But so to me it sounds like you're saying it's more Mia's storyline that's the saddest. The death of Constance is in Mia's storyline.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because everything stems
Yeah.
to Mia. This is her story, man.
That's her story.
It's her story, but I thought that was the saddest part was just watching Mia go through Constance's
Mhm.
death. The book explores freedom and belonging. Which character truly found freedom?
Well, it's Mia.
Okay, this has to be said because I thought it was so funny. The little Harvard fucker. He legit said
True.
Ivy could get rid of the baby or have it. That was her decision. What did he have to do with it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wow. Just legit claim nothing. He
Yeah.
was free as a kite.
That's little peen vibe right there.
And then I but out of our main characters, for me, it was Ivy. For her, death was the only option for freedom. And I hope she got it.
Well, she didn't have a choice.
Yep. Did the magical elements enhance the emotional story or distract from it?
I felt more of the emotional connection with that part of the story because I didn't see it as a magical element. Um, like it didn't pop out to me, like it didn't distract me. I thought, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna see this guy," and then it's the author, but she can't stay with him because it's gonna affect because he's supposed to get married and have his kids, and so there's gonna be a whole thing there. But I mean, it didn't bother me at all. I liked it. I thought it flowed so well.
I cannot tell you what happened, but I can tell you it lost all of its interest to me once I realized. Because, like, I read into that next part. Like, it's two parts, and I read it. I'm like, the fuck? And I was like, no, absolutely not. There was no magical realism that led to this. Like, if there had been hints that she maybe had some sort of, like, ability, then maybe
Well,
it would have felt like, "Oh, okay, this explains why sometimes she would feel or see or do something." Nothing. It was
but
just straight up, she went to sleep a nap on the fucking ground, woke up, and there he
no,
was.
she had the emotional
No!
connection to that book and that author, and they tell you that from beginning to end. So it shouldn't be shocking that
It
in her time of
was!
need, that's who comes to her.
God damn. I can't believe we have such vastly different opinions on this when literally House of Spirits was awesome.
That's why when you said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm curious," I was like, "Girl, no, you're wrong."
Oh my gosh. The novel explores inherited trauma between mothers and daughters. As mothers and daughters, how do you feel we handle our trauma to stop it from continuing down the generations?
I mean, I don't want to get too into this, ain't gonna be here hurting nobody's feelings. But let's just say that I choose to deal with my children differently. And
Mhm.
so when there's trauma in your past, you make decisions to either make a change or continue them. And
Mhm.
the older you get, the easier it is to make the changes. And it doesn't mean that in your past it was horrible things. It just means that I knew what I wanted was different.
Mhm.
That's all I'll say about that.
Wow, I have a lot more to say, so I'm gonna dive in.
Somebody's mother doesn't listen to this.
Honestly, I think no matter how hard we try to help ourselves in the line of generational trauma, we'll always share some sort of it with our children. It may not be continuing trauma from families past, but perhaps like new ones. So, one that speaks out for my multi-family trauma is the diet culture. I had very thin grand and great grandparents, family members, and it was a topic that went all the way to me, even as hard as my mom tried to shield it from me. I'm still working on breaking it by not saying certain words, fat, skinny, healthy, unhealthy, you know, for food, but I still myself mentally struggle with it. I try not to pass it on to, Harper by saying things, but even by not trying, I have instilled something in her because she will ask, "Is this healthy or unhealthy?" And I'll be like, "It doesn't matter." I was like, "Do you feel good when you eat it? Great. Should you eat 10 pounds of it? No, you shouldn't. Probably
Yeah.
not." But, like, I mean, even still to this day, my mom will still make comments, whether she knows it or not,
And that's
about
another
things,
thing. You may
even though
not
she
realize it.
hates it. Like, yeah, and she, as always, I mean, anytime my great-grandmother would make a comment about her way, she would instantly shut down, instantly, like, be like, "Nope, we're leaving. I'm not listening to this. We don't need to hear this," especially as I got older and started developing, the hips, the bust, the
The
body of a
womanly
woman.
figure.
Yeah, and, like, so, like, that's one that I try myself currently from my family past to break.
I
But
think
it's still there, it still
I
lingers,
think
and
also there's a difference with us because I'm the kind of person that similar. I have similar things on my side. Um, I'm the kind of person though that says
yeah,
stop saying that.
yeah, you'll say it.
That's wrong.
Mhm.
We're fine. Don't say those things. Like I have no problem saying I don't like it, stop doing it instead of shutting down or leaving or not responding to it. Like, I think it's okay to call people out because I used to be the kind of person that there was certain people in my life that I would never talk bad about, even when they did things that hurt me. And then they would constantly be telling me everything I did wrong. So one day I said, I'm going to give what I get. I started doing it and man, did things change. Because I'm like, we don't like to hear a thing. Like, we want to get beyond our past. You don't want to keep thinking about your past.
Yeah.
So why would we keep talking about it? Let's just end it at some point and move forward.
Mhm. A lot of people can't do that, though, and that's why we have a lot of therapy, bills in this society.
Therapy, medications.
And then, again, because we can't escape trauma,
Mhm.
generational trauma, it just we cannot, it's impossible. To us, like, just the start of my family, anew to our family trauma, is Harper's medical history.
Yes.
Whether or not I want it to be there, it cannot be helped. It's there now. I have lots of fears of the future, of the things that she can and can't do,
But
but
you
I
know
also
what? You're really good at not hindering her life.
yeah, I mean, I try. I try not to show these fears or worries because it does no good for any of this. And again, I had a mom, and this is generational trauma that started from probably her and her trauma, which was, um, don't show emotions. Don't get too
Yeah.
emotional. Don't, keep it to yourself. Don't scare Harper with these things. And, there are times where I have, I mean, this year, January 1st, which will forever live in my daughter died. Her heart stopped beating. I freaked the fuck out. And now that's all my daughter talks about to people. One
I
time I passed out and my mom cried.
I literally always was just thinking how Harper It was funny to Harper to, like,
Yes.
throw herself down and pretend she died
Oh my God.
before it happened, and
Yes,
Jade's
all the
like, "We
time.
will never do this again." Harper is very open about stuff like that. Not about
Yeah,
she doesn't say it
exactly.
about herself,
Like,
but
for her, it's not
she's like,
trauma.
yeah, she's just
It's
like,
just,
"This
"This
is
is my
funny."
life."
She
Like,
thinks it's funny.
yeah, she's like,
She's like, "See this scar? My chest has been opened so many times."
yeah. So I try not to make that a new trauma for her. Right now, especially since she's so young,
Yeah,
I don't think she grasps it too much. She
yeah.
kind of has an idea that, yeah, my heart's a little funny. Yes, I have a couple scars on my chest and my belly. Yes, I passed out.
Yeah, in quotes.
And I had to go to the hospital, and now I have a pacemaker in my heart.
I think also the scar thing is a good thing too because she's not embarrassed of it. And
Mhm.
I think that's great because obviously as you get older and you have significant others and stuff, you don't want her to feel uncomfortable
Yeah,
about that part
exactly.
of herself. That's such a big part of herself.
Yeah.
But I will say, you guys, Harper does not if you see Harper in a turtleneck, you would never think there's anything wrong with Harper
Yeah, for it.
because you guys are really good about she gets to do a whole bunch of stuff and fun stuff, and yes, you do research when you need to, but you don't keep her from doing stuff out of fear, which is something that I'm not good at
Yeah, well,
because I've never been in that situation, but
yeah.
even now I worry like, "Oh gosh, what if I worry for Harper?" I'm like, "Hold on to everything when you're walking."
we all worry for her. Yeah, that's what I'm
So you're
trying
doing
to
great.
stop with this. Of course, one day if things may change, she might feel a different way.
Yeah.
But, all we can do in this life is not break our generational trauma,
Learn
but
from.
exactly learn from, move on from, and continue forward with things. And I think so many people not it just is the way that it is, but they just get,
I mean,
sucked into
everyone
it.
has generational trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's how you deal with it after.
Yep. So I really liked that this book was about that, but not focused on it. It
Yes.
was only a portion of it
Mhm.
because
Or
it
else it would have been
showed,
too heavy.
yeah, because it shows you can move on from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the second half, so I'll just trust you in saying that it helped heal her.
Well, she didn't make the same mistakes as her mother.
All right, now that we're done with that really depressing stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do, would the story have worked better without the time travel?
I don't think so because the time travel is what gets you back to the importance of this book in her life or books in general because books in general are throughout this. Ivy loved to read and then passed that on to her daughter who then learned to escape from the hard life she was living by reading books and hiding them and then finding a moment to read them again. So it would have taken the importance of it out because then we never get the full scope of what the Scarlet Letter really meant.
I would have liked it without it because, yes, again, I didn't read it, but like, why couldn't you have just put in any dude? Maybe who was a descendant of Nathan Hawthorne who happened to share his exact same name.
Because then you don't have the Scarlet Letter.
Who
That is
fucking
the point. But that
cares?
is the point of this story, the Scarlet Letter.
Ugh, I don't
Or
know
else it would
it.
have been
I don't know the Scarlet. I don't
but
want to read a book about a book. Which, okay, let's just get into the next question because do you think this book relied too heavily on the influences of other books? Yes.
to
It
no,
was
because
annoying.
you should have read the Scarlet Letter in high school. I know you were homeschooled,
I'm homeschooled.
but I'm saying it's
But
the
for what? What do I
everyone
get out of it for life? I'm just genuinely curious. What does that book teach you for life at 16, 17, or 18?
the
That
Scarlet
men
Letter.
fucking suck?
But
That you
that's
can't
every
trust
book.
anyone?
No, the I think the point for this book of the Scarlet Letter
Maybe like
is
saying
that
read the
she
Bible.
literally wrote it from the Scarlet Letter. Who the author of this book said, "I like the Scarlet Letter. Let me write a story that then circles back to the Scarlet Letter."
I honestly wish It would have just said that on the front cover. This is a love story for the Scarlet Letter. And then I would have been like, ugh, I don't know that. And never picked it up.
Oh my goodness.
I love reading. I love, 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 love reading. I think everyone should read it. And there's an importance to reading that those who don't do, to me, miss. But I would say 15 to 25% of this book was just fucking quotes from other books or book titles or stupid history facts about Hawthorne.
But okay. I can't explain this. That's what the book was about. So
I hate it.
All that in there. So you understood the importance of Nathaniel Hawthorne and the Scarlet Letter to Mia in her life.
I hated it. I hated it so much. Which character deserved a happier ending?
I mean, Ivy.
Yeah, Mia and Ivy, they deserve to spend their lives reading and being free together.
Well, Mia did get her
Yeah,
happy
she
ending.
did, but yeah, they deserved it together. Did the ending satisfy you, or did you want more closure?
I was happy with the ending because Mia ended up being his muse. So then he went on to write his novel, become successful and whatever. So she could have never stayed in his time, but she also knew she was going to be okay. And she came out of the situation stronger and now was pregnant with her own daughter that she was going to raise.
Alone, completely. I mean, what is this, fucking Gilmore Girls now?
Oh
Is
my
this
gosh.
Lorelai and Rory's story? I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was a continuation. The beginning, the prologue. Oh my gosh. I'll comment on this as the ending of the book of the first part. If it had ended right there at that end, I would have been satisfied. She was free. She grew up. She was living out her dream in New York City, working as whatever she was in the best library. And I was happy for her for that. I didn't need anything else from that. This would have made a great novella, a love story to novels.
I know that would be a good ending too, but not for this book, not for what this book was going for. Not for somebody who wrote um the witches ones,
Practical Magic.
practical magic books, yeah.
I've never actually read them, so I don't want to know. I'm not going to read a single thing by Alice Hoffman. If you could rewrite one choice a character made, what would it be?
I mean, I guess it's pointless. What would you change in your past? Nothing. It's like nothing, or else it
So
changes
many
the
people,
story.
so many people would want to change something in their past, though.
No. Yes, if you want to change something, but you wouldn't. Would you? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't have never met Nick. Maybe you would have never met. I had to go through what I went through to get to Dean. If I change one thing, I wouldn't.
Oh, see, now
And
we
so,
think very differently.
if you change, that means that you'd be okay with that. So you wouldn't change it. Do
No,
you
I
see
would
what I
be.
mean? Oh,
Me and Nick constantly talk about.
I for-
Could you imagine our life if we didn't have her? It would be totally different.
I forgot who I was talking to. For a
Yeah,
second.
you're talking to the person who could give two shits about anybody but herself.
If you could rewrite one choice, it would only be that Ivy stay home and talk to her dad or go to.
I think Ivy should have given up Mia. I don't care. Your daughter would have probably had a better life without you.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been alive, living out your own life for your daughter to come find you later. And you could have spent the rest of your lives getting to know each other then. Would they have been totally different people? Yes. But that doesn't mean you couldn't have still shared. Maybe Mia could have still had that love of reading that she inherently got from her mother, not realizing it was. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It could have been better.
Well, we know. I can't wait when we get to the rating.
Did the cult storyline or the romance storyline, which one interests you more?
I already know what Jade's going to say.
The cult story.
I put it wasn't quite that separate, black or white, for some of us. And I didn't think either was the important part because they balance each other out. It all had to lead. Again, I'm thinking of it in the context of this is what the book was. So these things had to happen to get to the end of the book.
Yeah, I don't think it needed the romance. Not even a fucking bit. I'm still pissed.
You're like, you know what? We don't care what Hawthorne was doing back in the day.
Nope.
Hey, interesting though. I started Moby Dick and he wrote when you write it for someone like dedicated to, it was dedicated to Nathaniel Hawthorne
Why?
because he really respected him, first of all. but they were neighbors or something like that.
Oh, Jesus
So I
Christ.
thought that was interesting.
How it all comes full circle for you, I guess.
Yeah, just for me.
Was this book emotionally devastating or quietly hopeful?
Do you even have to ask?
Hopeful. I put
Yes.
hopeful too. A sign that even when things look terrible, that you can be the hero of your story and you can save yourself.
I'm only sad you didn't finish it because I didn't do the casting. Or did you still cast it?
Hell yeah, I still cast it. Are you crazy?
Let's
You
go.
didn't cast this one either?
No, I saved
Girl,
them both.
stop fucking waiting until the last moment. This is why I stress
You don't
and
need
get
to-
worried. You don't finish the damn questions.
I only did the casting.
I
They're
don't
not
care.
that important.
People, I need you to comment to say if this is worth it or not. I love this part.
I've already had feedback from one person.
Your
My
mother?
sister.
Oh, your
And-
sister.
yeah, but that was when she listened to the other one. She's like, I
That's
don't really
somebody.
care about the casting part. Also, she's
Alrighty.
closer to my age than yours, so she's probably like, who are these actors that she's casting?
I casted some interesting people, so I'll be really interested to see if you know them. So for Ivy, I casted you'll have to help me with the pronunciation because I'm not sure. Kristen Hieruk from Smallville.
From,
Yes.
who
from
did you? Who?
For Ivy. That's who Ivy, mom.
Yeah, she still looks so young, though.
She does, but not that young. Girl.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't she like older than me? I think she's almost 40. I have no
I'm
idea.
sure, but she looks fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and remember, Ivy's a young mom. She had Mia when she was 16, 17.
Yeah.
So
that's
she
true.
would have
She
been a
is
young mom. So yes, I casted Ivy as Kristen Kirk. And then for Mia as an adult, because I didn't want to do a little kid, she wasn't much in it, but Thomasin McKenzie, she's from Jojo Rabbit and from Fackham Hall. She was like that skinny little tweeby one. Can't say it.
Yeah.
I thought with red hair she would make a fantastic Mia.
Yeah, she'd make a good Mia.
I even did Nathaniel.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and you're gonna love him.
I'm so excited.
Corey Myla-Reist from my Oxford year, Queen Charlotte. Our good old Farmer George.
Farmer George.
Farmer George. I thought he would make a great Nathaniel. They look very similar when I was looking them up because I was like, Nathaniel Hawthorne's
Reist?
a freaking real person.
Girl,
What?
are you being serious?
What?
Did you not know he was a real person?
No, I did. That's why I said
Oh.
he's a freaking real
my
person.
God, you almost freaked me out right now. I'm like,
So
he
I looked
wrote
up what
a
he looked up.
novel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I looked up.
I'm sitting here so shocked right now.
Yeah, this fake dude wrote this real book.
You're like, he
By
was
a
a
different
real
author.
person. He wrote a real book.
To
Okay.
answer this question, you're starting a cult. What's your motto?
Oh, yeah. Be
Oh, look at
kind
you.
and love.
Oh, I would never join your cult.
You must be tolerant of others. Hell no.
I put, here, everyone join my cult. While others touch grass, we touch annotated spicy scenes, iced coffee colder than hell itself, and pretend fictional villains would choose us.
I mean, I join it. I remember when I said, oh, how do people get sucked into it? That's it right there. That's it right there.
So what did you rate it?
4 out of 5.
Yeah, I rated it 1 out of 5.
Well, I mean,
You didn't finish it. Would we recommend it? Who should read it and who should skip?
I put yes, honestly, anyone. The main story arc is about mothers and daughters. Most can relate, except for my partner in crime.
Yeah, I would not recommend it. Who should read this? Anybody, I guess, who loves the Scarlet Letter and Nathaniel
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne, yeah, because he's a romance interest in here. And who should skip it? Anyone who could give 2 shits
Anyone
about Scarlet Letter. and
anyone
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
who hates love, hope.
I say read this first half of the book, put it down, don't look again. That's it. You don't need to look at the rest of the book. It
It would
ended.
be so boring.
Impossible. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful mother-daughter story until you had to throw in romance.
What was the most beautiful part? When Ivy was run over by the car? Tell me more about the beautiful mother-daughter story.
When she was strong enough to run away of her own accord.
alone without her mother.
Yep. You can survive by yourself, people. Let me tell you right now. You don't need parents. They just
Yeah.
happen to be there, or they don't.
Jade needs no one. I'm like, let me ask my husband. She's like, what? What do you? No, we'll figure it out. I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, let me
I'm
message
shook.
him really quickly. I'm like, why? I'm right here.
I mean, my life it goes into shock mode when I'm with Jade. I told my husband, I get out of the car and nobody helps me. I have to carry like my phone, my water, like everything out of
We're
the
at
car.
the gym and I'm like, come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
Push yourself harder.
I'm like, I'm tired.
I don't want to anymore.
Why are you not telling me to go take a nap?
Yeah.
Take a nap, babe. Take a nap. You'll be fine.
That's it for today's episode of Give Them Something To. Now I need to know, what did you think of The Invisible Hour? Come yell at us on Instagram at Give Them Something To Jade or Give Them Something To Anabelle.
Or give them something to podcast.
Don't forget to follow, rate, and share with your fellow besties.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.